Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy Luffy Murdoch here to do a review of The Promised Neverland episode 10, and we only have 2 more episodes after this. Oh the misery, oh the pain, oh no. And it's such an eternal struggle, because do I start the manga or do I wait for the anime? You guys let me know what you gonna do. Are you gonna start the anime, or will you continue on with the anime when it comes out, presumably, hopefully next year or the year after? I don't know. It depends. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I have to have a good hard long think about that. But yeah, and then we got the anime. We got the manga as well. But yeah. Anyway, episode 10 review of Promised Neverland. Here we go. Music plays so we don't get like an intro sort of thing like we usually do every week. Um, we are back to Norman and he's explained about the cliff. And he does mention the fact that the demons have not underestimated the kids or anything like that. But he explains there is a way. I'm not some strategy genius or technical genius, so I won't be able to explain to you why it's going on. But there was another wall on. There's like walls around the house, and all curved and the edges are like curved around 65 degrees. He's figured out that the Gracefield house, which is where the Promised Neverland takes place, is in fact a hexagon surrounded by a cliff. He figured out maybe where the bridge is, and all the bridges is like on the west side apparently, and he's on the west side, and that's where the headquarters is, and that sort of thing. So he's figured out like what's going on and stuff around the like house and stuff with all the walls. It's a bit weird that they haven't really figured that out, like just by living there for like 12, 10 years. And the little kid that regularly appears up, I think he's going to play a big part later on in the series. It's to do with brown hair. I think he has blue eyes. I don't know. I think it's just brown hair and brown eyes. And he's like 4 or 5, and he keeps like turning up here and there. Norman gives the radar destroying device to Ray, and basically Emma and Ray try and convince Norman to still run, but basically like he has admitted like this is it, this is pretty much the end for me. Well, not for me, but Norman, you know what I mean. He says if he makes a mistake, the plan will only not work. So if he makes a mistake or if he doesn't go, the plan will only like not go as well just later in the future due to his mishap. Um, he says this despite he's going to die. He's still focused on winning. Like his main objective is like winning. So if you remember, if you haven't read Death Note, like the 2 successors and stuff, like if you never read Death Note, you just read between the lines. You know what I mean? But like the 2 successors, like carry on for him, and like the person had wasted away, like just like had the backup insurance just in case, but still focused on winning despite he was gone, sort of thing. Yeah, you know what I mean. There's that sort of thing. But raising horror, and Norman says you leave the rest to them, and before they're giving them one last hug, and like mentioning like it's so warm and they can't give up. And he mentions to them that he's had a good life despite it being cut short. And yeah, Emma and Ray says like continues to say it's not too late to run, but he says that his mind is made up and this is final. Now he cuts to Norman like in his room getting things for his suitcase. Norman gets a cup and string, so he pulls out the drawer and there's a cup and string, and he has a flashback back for when he was sick and had a cold when he was roughly about 6 years old. So he's a kid back then, and so was Emma and Ray. Mum's looking after him. Mum goes out the room, and then Emma comes in and surprises Norman. She's so adorable, man. She's honestly so adorable. And she's like obviously like 6 or 12, like 5 or whatever herself. basically doesn't want him to be lonely. Emma says she doesn't get sick, and Ray comes in and then he explains like it's because she's an idiot with Mum. Mum gradually takes her out. Emma gets back in though after being kicked out. Mum even puts like yellow sellotape around the door just to say just like you can't come in. But she brings in the cup wire thing so they can talk long distance. So even though she's not been able to let in, she's Ray told her a way to figure out how to like get the thing, how they can have a conversation still, even though she's not in the room. Real beautiful moment for them as they like. Oh, it's just. Oh, sorry, wait a second. And it's like a real beautiful moment for them as they get to talk to each other. Like just like, and it's like experiencing like science for the first time, that sort of thing. So remember when you were a kid, you were like able to experience like, oh, you could talk to people through cups and string and that sort of thing. Oh god, that is really, I don't know. It's just, it makes you appreciate, and that this and Doctor Stone, that makes you appreciate the simple things in life, really. And that's always good to see in anime. Anime needs that these days because we're so far into technology, we forget to like focus on the basic things. So yeah, and then Norman starts to go downstairs to say his final goodbyes. And he says goodbye, but Ray was not there unfortunately to see him out, either through probably disappointment or something in Norman, or maybe it was just he didn't want to. I don't know. He just didn't want to see him. Didn't want to be there to see him like fall to his death. Norman says for everyone to look after Emma and Ray, but Emma to look after everyone else. And before he goes out, Emma like comes back to life and catches Norman and says she wants him to escape, but Norman still refuses and tries to escape. But during the confrontation, while like a split second, she was like hugging him and stuff. She tried giving him the radar device that deactivates the what do you call it, chipping thing in your ear. And Norman says she just wants to smile and be sent off with a smile. Mum whispers and threatens to kill Emma if she tries to do something like that again, like cause commotion. Bearing in mind, I forgot to mention this, I do apologise over this, but like she's they're in front of everyone and she's talking to everyone while Norman says his goodbyes. Mum and Norman walk out together onto the fields. Beforehand, like Emma like collapses and that sort of thing. But it's on the field during the conversation in the field. Mum actually startles even when Norman asks if she's happy. Sorry, when Norman asks if she's happy, she like startles like it's probably because like no one's asked asked her how she feels about stuff or anything like that. Probably alienated to love and stuff like that. And Mum startles, and even though he's carrying a suitcase, there's nothing in there besides the cup and string. Norman goes, and then once they get into the thing, Mum asks him to like wait in this room, and he goes into this room, and when he opens it up, it's like gold. It's really weird. So, what could be happening? Like, yeah, he's probably dead or something, I think. But I won't really too sure towards you. Next morning, everything goes on like nothing's happened, and the setting's just gloomy and dark, and Emma and Ray are just super depressed, and like it's just dark seeing like Ray like being so hopeless and being so like, yeah, you can't really think of a way out or anything like that. And Ray, like there's a scene where between Emma, Gilda and Dong and Ray now basically announces that he doesn't care and doesn't mind dying, and he even uses the radar to try and get the radar to deactivate Tar, the sort of chipping, you know what I mean. But he even rejects it, and he's just given up at this point, and he's quite close to his shipment date, and he just gives up. And it cuts to Emma breaking down in her bed. Mum even comes in to comfort her, sorry. and basically outlines how she feels due to Norman being dead and Ray being super depressed, and the fact that he's in for shipment not very far from the date, and the fact that no one could really help her escape, and the escape is pretty unlikely at this point. And mum offered the job as a sister or a mum to Emma, if she definitely well pleases, but obviously Emma rejects it. She's not going to be doing that sort of crap. Mum says it's impossible for them to escape, and she just said like, "Oh, it's such a shame, really." I was not really surprised, really. And then it just shows, and then Emma, basically Mum says, "You're waiting to your agonising death," and yeah, yeah, just wait till the day she's waiting to the agonising death, and it shows like a mini montage, like Emma and Ray being depressed, still, and then cuts to the day before Ray gets shipment, for Ray's shipment date, which apparently is his birthday, which is pretty rough. I remember like in a detention on my 13th birthday, and I didn't go to it. I was like, no, it's my birthday today. I'm going out on my birthday. And then it cuts the scene where Ray's sitting alone because it's his last night alive. Ray asks Emma if she's truly gave up, and Emma just gives him the look of hell no. So yes, Emma has not given up. I don't know what she could do at this point, honestly. I don't know what she's going to do. But yeah, I've realised reviewing these episodes, like every bit of dialogue is like crucial, or like not crucial, but like critical to understanding the story, if you know what I mean. Understanding like from A to B, and yeah, that's just something I've learned throughout the series. And yeah, like just the episode, this bit where like Emma and Norman were like kids and Ray and stuff, like it was just super adorable. And it's gonna be interesting to see where Emma like goes out and you know like progresses from here, because it's on his own. So yeah, I do apologise if this episode review is a bit lackluster than other ones. It's due to the fact that I'm staying up tonight to play One Piece World Seeker. Yeah, I know people have given it a bad rap and that sort of thing, but at the end of the day, I've waited for a year for it, and it doesn't actually look that bad to me. It looks actually quite fun. So yeah, yeah. I hope you enjoyed episode 10, ladies and gentlemen. It's a bit disappointing. There's only 2 more episodes left, but it'll be interesting to see what happens in them 2 episodes. And I'll be giving my review and be telling you if I'll be reading the manga or not. I actually been having a little think about it back in my mind. I think I'll be waiting for the anime Tosia, but I don't know. We'll have to see, won't we? Anyway, guys, that'll be it as today's video for the review. I've done a if you check my channel out, I've done a Death Note video of whether or not Light was capable of love, and actually why he was capable of love, and that's why I think he was. You may be thinking he's a psychopath, Luffy. Like, of course not, but check it out. I actually have some decent evidence to prove otherwise. Anyway, guys, love you all. See you next time, and have a good weekend. Peace.